Start here. As much as the team and you and Don Sweeney had talked about it, wants to improve the talent level on the team, is adding to and enhancing the culture really the thing that you have to nail here in the offseason?
Well, it's something that we've talked a lot about. There's no question. I mean, when you lose the type of leadership that we lost over the past few years, you hope those players that have played with those leaders have learned something from it. But it was a massive void losing Hampus and then ultimately Charlie from not just on ice but also off the ice. Those are two guys that really have stepped up to be leaders in the organization, and not having their voice around on a daily basis had an impact.
I think one of the things for years, Cam, with this team is it was known as really sturdy defensively, hard to play against, a tough out. Some of those players have moved on. I mean, we're going all the way back to Zdeno Chara, Patrice Bergeron, Brad Marchand, a number of core players who were involved, and some of the guys departed here during the offseason. I guess with that in mind, does the identity of the team have to evolve?
Well, I still think you have to be hard to play against. There's no question. I mean, especially when you get into a 7-game series, you need to be hard to play against, or you're going home. And that starts right from training camp. That starts internally. That starts at practice. I mean, you got to compete in practice. If you don't compete in practice, you're not competing in games. So it's really something I think that we need to maintain, is be a hard team to play against and a hard out. I mean, I think, and then I don't want to see quit. We let 5, 6, 7, 8 goals in a number of times this year, which is unacceptable for us. We've always taken pride in how we play defensively, and we got to get back to that.
Just looking at your time as the team president here in Boston, in 2015, the team didn't make the playoffs. It missed again in 2016, and it wasn't until 2018 where the team was able to win around and start to become a contender. Just how heavy a lift is this to get this team where it needs to be?
Well, it's going to take some work, and it's some of the current players that are here, they've got to get better. We hope to see some improvement from those players. And then we've got to do our job and bring in other players that are going to help get us back to where we want to be. It's going to take some work. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to happen overnight. But we're going to do all we can this offseason to improve our club, and then get back at it in September and see where we're at. But it's something for us that we've got to look at where the holes are and how we can fill them, and what's the best way to do that.
From where you sit, what's the hardest part?
To be honest with you, this year, watching games, it didn't matter. That was very difficult for me. It's been a long time. Even the years that we missed the playoffs, 15, 16, it was right down to the end. Those, even the last game of the year mattered. This year we made the decision at the deadline to pivot. As Don mentioned, got rid of a lot of really good players and good people, but that's the decision that was made. And, we knew the roster wasn't going to be as competitive. So it was very difficult to watch games that didn't matter in April.
The CEO, Charlie Jacobs, expressed how he felt in an open letter. He did it again here today in front of the media. I guess when it comes to trying to put this team back together, what are some of the things that you're going to have to wrestle with when it comes to patience?
Well, that's the biggest thing you said right there is patience. I mean, we can't make knee-jerk decisions in hopes that it's going to get us to where we want to be. We have to be very methodical. We have to we have to really understand what we're trying to accomplish. And if it's something that we feel like, okay, let's just pump the brakes a little bit, we're going to have to think about doing that. But right now, we're looking at, okay, how do we build this roster to get back to where we want to be?
Cam, last thing, when it comes to the coach, for years, whether it was Chara, Bergeron, Marchand, the room essentially ran itself. It wasn't an area where Claude Julien or Bruce Cassidy or Jim Montgomery felt that they needed to wade into. With some of the transition that's taking place, does the new coach, whoever it is, have to be more of an influence in there?
Well, I think it's really all dependent upon how the team performance is. The coach has a better pulse, and certainly I would or Don would, about what's going on in the locker room. It's something I think, a coach should have the ability to understand where the team is at and say, okay, do I got to pat someone on the back or I got to kick someone in the butt? and you know, it's sometimes you got to be a psychologist as much as a coach. You know, so it's really, I think it really depends on the comfort level a coach has in understanding the room and understanding the players, and then what needs to be done.
Thanks, Cam.
All right, thank you, Jed.